Here we are making a video on Debian 13 Trixie. The codename for the Debian 13 is Trixie, and this is a live boot or a live ISO file. So I'm choosing the XFCE desktop environment today. So I already made other desktop environments of Debian 13. If you want to check that out, there are already videos available in my channel. So in order to boot it in a live boot, let's click on the live system AMD 64. It's going to boot it in a live boot. If you want to install it, you can just click on start installer here. I'm not going to recommend you to do that because it's still in a development for ISO file. It's a development ISO file, so it's always better to test it on a virtualization like mine. I'm using VMware as the virtualization with the 80 GB of hard disk, 4 GB of RAM, and with two processors. And my CPU is like a i5 12th gen. So it's going to take a few seconds here to boot up the XFCE desktop environment, and we should be seeing our Debian 13. And most of the people will not most of the people some of my viewer ask that it's a Debian 12, but you are saying it's a Debian 13. It's a development branch, so it's going to still have the Debian 12's wallpaper and some things like that. So it's not completely Debian 13. There's Debian 12 was released a few days ago, so that's the reason there should be having like some of the wallpapers and Debian 12 number. So you should be seeing like a Debian 13 in coming days. So this is a Debian 13 Trixie. As you can see in the boot menu, you saw that as the code name Trixie, but they don't have the number. That's the only change there. So it is taking a few seconds here. Maybe it should take like a maximum of 1 minute 30 seconds. That's the usual timing of unstable ISO file or the development branch will take. Usually the stable branch or the stable ISO file should take like a 30 to 40 seconds. It's in my PC, it should be different in other PC, or your PC will be, if you have your PC with a good specs, you should be booted in quick. So if we have like a low end PC, it should be taking ages to load up the desktop. So here is our XFCE desktop, uh, still loading. We need to wait for a few seconds here. So here is our XFCE desktop environment. So let's first change the display resolution. So let's go to the applications, go to the settings, and then go to the display. My monitor is like a 1920 into 1080. So let's change this, and I have like a 16:9 ratio. So let's keep this configuration. Let's close this thing. Let's open the system monitor first, or the task manager. So I minimize it accidentally. So these are all the process running right now. The CPU is running almost like it was like a 54%, but it's going like a low. So the memory, and this will be always same in every Linux distro. If you are using XFCE desktop environment, in the beginning of the or the at the startup of the Linux distro, so you should be seeing like a 1.1 GB as the memory will consume, and the CPU should be around like 10 to 20%. These are the basic numbers or common numbers in XFCE desktop environment. And the process will be running like a 270 260. So these are all the common or the basic numbers you will find in every Linux distro which has XFCE desktop environment. So these are all the process running right now. Let's keep it aside, the task manager. I'm going to put this aside throughout the video till the end, so you should be having an idea of what are the things going on in the system resources while we were working in the background. The task manager will be running in the background, and we should be working on the other things. Let's see the terminal version, which is 1.0.4. So let's type in few commands to get the distro information. INXI command not found. Let's type in other command, which is cat etc:/issue. So it says Debian new Linux Trixie, and it's a SID because it's a development ISO file. So let's type in neofetch. I think neofetch should be not pre-installed. So that's it. Hstop is also not pre-installed. You can install it on your own if you want. So let's close. Before that, let's see the kernel version. Let me show you the kernel version by typing the uname-a, and the kernel is a 6.3.0-1. This is the kernel. So let's close this thing. So let's go with the installation. Let's launch anyway. Keep an eye on the CPU and RAM. This is a development branch, so that's the reason CPU is going crazy. There is no stable graph here, as you can see. There's a heavy peak or a high peak here and there. Most of the time it's on the top of the graph. So this is the installer. Again, you should be seeing a Debian 12 bookworm as the installer because the Debian 12 was released not even a month ago. It's just like a 10 to 15 days, I guess. So about the Calamares, here is the Calamares. Again, if you want to see the Debian 12 videos, I already made a lot of stable Debian 12 with every desktop environment. You can watch this video and watch all those videos and choose the favorite desktop environment. I showed you how to download there and how to use this, use that Debian 12. So if you want to check that out, you can check that out. So let's get back to the installation of your Debian 13. Ignore this 12 because it's a development branch. Again, some of the viewers will get confused, so that's the reason. It is a Debian 13 installer, but it says as a Debian 12 because already mentioned that Debian 12 released a few days ago. So there should be having a Debian 12. In the coming days, you should be seeing like a Debian 13. Here you should be seeing a Trixie. So nothing will be changed. That's the same Linux installer. Calamares installer will be same in every Linux distro. So there is nothing different or anything complicated in the installation. So first you need to choose your language. After that, click on next. You need to choose your location. You don't need to provide your actual location. You can provide anything you like. I'm choosing America, Los Angeles. You can customize these things here. There are two options to customize of the timings. You can choose that. Click on next. You need to choose your keyboard. So if you found your keyboard, click on next. You need to choose the language here. If you didn't find it, you can just type it here to test your keyboard. Click on next. You are here. You should be having like a two options. Again, this part is only for the normal user. Most of the Linux distro users already know how to install this. People who don't know, that's the reason I'm showing this. First, you need to choose the hard disk. You need to properly choose what hard disk you are choosing here. So I'm choosing the virtual disk. Again, this the development branch or the development ISO file. So it's always a better idea to choose this, use this Linux distro or test this Linux distro in the virtual machine, like a VMware or VirtualBox. Those are the options you have. There are other virtualization. You can choose anything you want. It's clearly up to you. So if you choose the erase disk option, it's going to delete the current operating system, delete all the files like movies, videos, whatever the files, documents, all the things. And it's going to install the Debian 13 Trixie on your hard disk or a virtual disk, whatever you choose. So if you choose the manual partitioning, you should be seeing like a two operating system or a dual partitioning. You can boot dual operating system by choosing this. You need to create a partition before that. So that's the difference between a single boot and a dual boot here. If you want to encrypt your system, you can encrypt your system by providing the password should be same in both the boxes. So after that, you need to choose your bootloader location. It's always a good option to keep the master boot record, or you can choose or you can customize anything if you want. You can do that later too if you are a pro at doing these things. So if you are a normal user, just keep that like that. So let click on next. You need to provide your username and password, all these things, just common things. You don't need to provide your actual name like that. You can provide anything you want. Just remember what you typed here, everything like a password, all these things. Give the strong password because for privacy reason. So if everything is going good, you should be seeing a tick mark here. For the sake of the video, I just choose the password like a simple password 12345. I'm not going to recommend this to do on your PC. You need to provide the strong PC password for the PC. Log in automatically without asking for the password. You can customize this thing. Click on next, and you should be seeing a summary of whatever you choose in the previous installation steps. So if you choose everything, if everything is going good, you just need to click on install. If anything is wrong, just go back and fix that things. So this is the summary. After clicking on install, it's going to take a minimum of 5 to 10 minutes, depends on the PC speed. And if it's a stable ISO file, then you should be quicker in installation. So that's the installation process. Let's close the installation. I'm not going to install this because I don't want to. I'm good with the live boot. So let's open some like 10 to 12 apps and see there should be any crashes or bugs. In the past, like Debian 13 Trixie videos, like I guess I made like a Cinnamon, Gnome, and KDE desktop environment videos. I didn't see any crash or lag in anything. So let's see how good the XFCE will handle. Let's open like 5 to 10 apps, or maybe like a 12 apps. Let's open a good amount of apps here and see how good this will handle. About, properties, panel preference. On the accessories, let's open mousepad. What else we have here is the I think we have already opened the tuner file manager. Under the education, you don't have anything. Let's open the LibreOffice draw, and even open the Restrito image viewer. Under the graphics, under the internet, we have like a Firefox web browser. Let's even open that. You don't get a VLC media player, we get a payroll media player. Let's open that too. I don't know what it is. Let's open this thing also, expo also, I guess. Under the office, we already opened the library office draw, so the version should be same in everything. Let's open HTML document viewer, and let's open under the system what we have here. You don't have anything, just let's open the print settings. So these are all the apps I opened, like almost like a 10 apps, I guess. So as we can see, let's open the task manager. So here you are seeing a bit of lag, not a heavy lag, just a normal lag, because there are some apps opening right now. So that's the reason. It is taking just a few seconds to load up everything, but it is almost working very good. Here you can see the CPU is almost like 100%, and the RAM is almost like a 2 GB. And under the RAM, it's pretty much I should say it is very good, because XFCE desktop environment, LXQT, and LXDE are the best at RAM usage. They will consume less resources in the RAM and the CPU also. Those are the best desktop environment because they are lightweight desktop environment. That's the reason. So these are all the processes running right now. So everything is going good, and as you can see, CPU is also going down for some reason. I've seen this in every Debian 13, almost every desktop environment like a GNOME, KDE, and the Cinnamon. Right now it's XFCE. All the four desktop environment, when we open like a 10 to 12 apps, will go under like a 20 to 30%. Before that, it should be like almost touching like 100%. This case is almost same in every desktop environment of a Debian 13 Trixie. So let's keep it aside again, and let's see the version and end the video, because we don't have anything other than that. We already saw everything. So these are the some of the apps. Xfalso version is here, which is 4.5.0. Let's close this thing. Actual document viewer, it's a 1.26.0. I think it's a Mac desktop environment. From the Mac desktop environment, here it is, the Mac developers. Let's close this thing. Payroll media player, let's see the version, which is 4.18.0. I think it's from XFCE, I guess. Yes, it is. Image viewer, it's a 0.13.1. It's also from the XFCE desktop environment. Mousepad 0.6.1. It's not from the XFCE desktop environment. It's for the XFCE desktop environment. Sorry, I'm a bit tired, so I'm bit of sleepy right now. So let's type in something. For example, let me type in the my channel URL. So if you want to subscribe, you can subscribe because I'll be posting 2 videos daily without missing any day. So this is my channel URL. As you can see, youtube.com/9to5linux. So I'll be posting 2 videos and I will be posting the latest upcoming Linux issues also. So it's a good option to subscribe. There else you don't want to, it's clearly up to you. I'm not going to force you. So under the panel preference, here are some of the customization. You can customize anything here. So let's get back to the tuner file manager. It's a 4.18.6. I think the latest version of the XFCE is 4.18.6, I guess. So about the XFCE, here is the complete information. Debian new Linux Trixie /sid means it's a development ISO file. So here is my CPU, here is my kernel. It's a GTK version is a 3.24 or 24.37. Here is the information. Let's close this thing. Appearance, here are some of the three styles. Icons are 4. Fonts are here to customize. Settings, close this thing. Here is the separator for the panel. Printing host or printing settings. Version is a 1.5.18. Let's close this. LibreOffice version should be, I guess, 7.5. No, it's a 7.4.5.1. So this is the version of the LibreOffice. So welcome to the Firefox. Well, let's see the Firefox browser version. 102.13 OESR, I guess. So let's close this thing also. I think you need to close all things here. Let's close everything. Separator, let's close that thing also. Panel preference, you can customize these things. It's clearly up to you to customize or not. Only if you are testing, you can do that. So these are all the desktop features. I don't think they added like any wallpapers because it's bookworm still. It didn't completely change in Trixie, so you should be seeing some of the old wallpapers still. So I'm going to show you. So that's the only thing left right now. So here are the wallpapers, desktop base. Let's go to the backgrounds if we have anything, I guess. There is nothing here. Yes, these are all the wallpapers. Here is the menu. Here are the icons. So I think that's it for the video. Again, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the thumbs up button. It helps make a good content for you. Other than that, I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace out. There is already a video of Debian 13 Trixie. So if you want to check that out, you can check that out after watching this Debian 13 XFCE. You can watch that too. Peace out.